All right, guys, so we're looking at the Rapunzel Tower today. It just opened up a couple hours ago, kind of waiting till I could record this to do this. So I have not seen it at all. This will be the first time looking at it. As you can see, we've got our Tangled crew already taken care of. We've got Flynn, we've got Maximus. They're already at T7 as far as gear goes. Still working on their stars, so unfortunately, we're not going to be able to go all the way up the tower this time, but we should be able to make it somewhere in Tower 3. So we're just going to kind of go through, see what we think about it. We've got a couple different Wilds characters, so if we go right over there to the Wilds, we'll have a handful of characters we can use. Elsa, Finn, Kristoff, Merida. Essentially, those are our main Wilds that we use all the time. So we have the team, and once we get Flynn and Maximus up to 7-star, most likely, maybe the next time the tower comes around, we'll be able to get further into the tower. But we're going to see how far we can get. Again, first time looking at it, going in blind. Really excited about it. I think Rapunzel will be a really, really good character. Her kit looks really good. She's got a lot of pieces that may work very well, and we may find her in some of the maybe some of the meta teams running Mickey, Hammer, things like that, because her kit does have some pretty cool stuff with the revive and the heals there. So we're going to jump into this, starting from the bottom, Tower 1. We're going to see how far we can get and give some thoughts along the way. All right, so we need 2 wilds and some 1-star guys, gear tier 3. Again, most people should be able to make it through Tower 1. You're really just going to need some wilds. If we check requirements up here on 5, you're going to need 2 wilds, 2-star, gear 4. Should be doable unless you're fairly new, just because Frozen gives you 3 good wilds, and most people have Elsa, Kristoff, or Finn. One of those guys kind of geared up at this point. So let's jump in here. So we need our wilds. I want to bring in Merida. I think Merida is just a lot of fun. We're going to go ahead and bring in Flynn and Maximus. I want to see what they can do, and I'm going to bring in Rapunzel. That way we get to see her animations. Again, I haven't seen her animations, really haven't worked with her at all. So I think it's going to be fun just to kind of see what she can do. So we're going to bring in Rapunzel, and that was actually really cool. Let's move over here and see if she does the same. So that's really cool, where she kind of comes down on her hair. We saw that on the character screen when you look at her the other day, just when she kind of dropped in. But that, yeah, I'm excited they're taking some time to put in little details like that into the game. So let's scroll down a little bit. We're going to get our Flynn Rider and our Maximus. If you guys didn't know, these characters have some pretty cool kits. I'm not really sure where they're going to fit as far as the PvP meta, but they may be pretty good with a Tangled team. I think the only problem with the Tangled team is the fact that Rapunzel has this leadership here for the princesses, and so she may find herself a lot of the times working with princesses rather than Flynn and Max. But yeah, I'm curious to see what the synergy is at least going to look like when we're playing here. As far as spells go, when I'm doing these types of towers, we're just going to go the safe route right now. We want to show off the characters rather than the spells. So we're just going to put in our heals, our revive, just in case something were to happen. I don't expect that, but maybe later into Tower 2, we may see something like that. Because, again, these guys don't have all their stars, so there's the possibility towards the top of Tower 2 and even towards going into Tower 3 that could be an issue with a few of the characters. So we're going to go in like that. And yeah, we're going to check it out. So let's hit battle, see what we can do. All right. So nothing special here with the background. A little disappointed there. We didn't get something new, different to look at. We're just going to go ahead, do a show yourself, take them out. We'll just work our way up the tower. I don't expect Tower 1 to take too long because we have some big spells like that. So we will get to the characters as we go through to check out, again, Tangled spells and what they look like. All right. So we're going to keep the same team all the way up. At some point, we're going to have Flynn and Maximus in every single group, so might as well throw them in there. We've got our wilds, so until it tells us we need more wilds, we'll just kind of leave it as is. So same thing here. We're just going to kind of blow through these towers. Elsa should be able to AoE attack all the way up. Get us into Tower 2 where we can really see what's going on up there. Yeah, it would be nice. I mean, we have the tower back here. I think this is really, really cool how they did that. Rapunzel's tower with her hair coming down as you're making your way up. I think that was, you know, awesome. Awesome when it comes to the art department. Just kind of wish some of that traveled into the battle scene. It'd be nice to be able to see, and maybe I'm missing it, but I don't see it here. Would be nice to maybe see her tower in the background. Maybe, and maybe we'll see on the other towers, but you know, maybe they could have even done like the bar scene when they're in there with all of the rowdy villains that, you know, spoiler, turn out to be good guys. All right, so let's keep working our way up real quick. And so really, if you're attempting this tower, there's a couple big wilds that are really good. Elsa, of course, is going to be one of the best wilds to use. Her big, you know, show yourself AoE is going to help out. Merida's really good because she can attack 3 people. So really, when you're doing these towers, the AoE damage is what really, really helps to get through them as fast as possible. So those are definitely 2 of the characters that are good. If you don't have Elsa, if you don't have Meredith, or Merida, not Meredith, Merida, you may want to use Sven and Kristoff. They have a lot of synergy, so they're always good. Kristoff's also a taunter to kind of pull away damage from the characters you maybe care about. All right. So now we're starting to see Maximus and them in the groups of the villains that we're attacking, or the characters we're attacking. So it looks like we should be able to see a Rapunzel spell, which will be nice. So we're just gonna get our little spirit there. All right, so we've got a couple different spells. One thing to note right here, the restoration incantation, keep in mind right here, it's saying revert all damage dealt to teammates, cleanse all helpful effects, revive any teammates that were defeated since Rapunzel's last turn. So keep that in mind. If you try to use this on her first turn, she didn't have a last turn. So that spell is actually not going to do anything. So you want to hold that. That really needs to be your second spell you cast if you're needing that. So just wanted to point that out. So we're going to use this right here. The hair snare, dealing some damage, inflicting stun, reducing speed meter to 0. Adjacent targets also inflict slow with speed meter reduction. You also have the chance of stun. So this is going to be a really, really good spell for her. Stun is way better than, you know, silence or any of those other spells. And I like that. I like that animation there. Using the hair to whip like that. More interaction with the other characters. So I really like that. We'll open up the chest. All right, we got 5 more coins. Okay, so let's go over to the next tower. All right, so we got a few more levels here. So we need the 2 wilds still, 2 stars, gear tier 4. So not too bad, not too bad. We'll check 7. 7 is where we're gonna need our 3 wilds. So once we get to 7, we're gonna have to drop. We're gonna have to drop out our Rapunzel, unfortunately, because she's Kingdom, and we'll also need Maximus here, which we do. We're looking at 4-star, gear tier 5. So 4-star, we're still good because we have 5-star at the moment. So we should be able to make it into Tower 3, but we will be losing Rapunzel somewhere up this tower. Okay. So we'll just keep the same team for now. keep working our way on up. All right. So we're still using this tactic as far as it's going to get us. Okay. Still have plenty of energy from those energy packs that they had. I'm really curious when we get to Tower 3 how far I'm going to be able to get up, but also next time it comes around, if we can get our guys up to 7 stars. Really, really curious to see what that's going to look like, because we saw in the Triton Tower that level 3 where you needed 5 Oceanics was actually pretty difficult. So I am glad that they're making these towers a little difficult. But I'm curious what it'll look like with the team once we can get to that point. We got the green soldiers coming down to heal nobody. All right, so again, I expect Elsa to get us pretty far in the tower alone. Even if your Elsa's only, gear tier 6 or 7, that spell is pretty good as far as damage goes. So if you work with her, she should get you up most of this tower. I feel like when we had the Endurance Towers, when I got to Endurance Tower 4, Frozen was out, I had Frozen, and pretty much she got us all the way up that tower as well, being the Wilds character. So again, same thing here. So we got that double strike because we have another princess being Rapunzel in play, which was awesome. All right. All right, so now we're at the point that we're needing more wilds. So we need our 3 wilds, which we have with Sven on the battlefield. So Sven, Elsa, and Merida. We're still going to put Flynn in here. In case we actually get a turn with Flynn, we can check out his stuff. And same thing here. Just always got to be cautious. I like to go ahead and throw in Hammer and Tala just to make sure. Again, Kristoff would be another good character just to give you some taunt. Okay. All right, so we got the invulnerable. This is just one of those annoying things now. So we're going to have to wait 2 whole turns of his. So let's check out some of these animations. So we've got the Criminal Pursuit, deal some damage, inflict slow for 1 turn, gain taunt for 1 turn. If you don't know, Maximus has 2 different skills that taunt, which is nice. If Flynn Rider's a teammate, he's going to gain haste. In Tower and Club Conquest, you can also inflict vulnerable, which isn't going to work with how Maui is right now. Next one's going to be, again, taunt, but you're also going to summon the Royal Guard. So we're going to check out this, see what that Royal Guard looks like. I'm pretty sure it's the guy we've seen already in dungeons and things like that, but we're going to check it out. And then we've got our disarming steed, dealing some damage. So we'll probably do that one next time it comes around, just to check that one out as well. All right, so actually, yeah, we've seen this guy before. Looks like maybe he has a little more detail, but he's actually got 2 different schools. You've got inflict harmful effects on target opponent. You've also got your damage here. Again, we're not going to be able to inflict anything here, so we'll just do our basic damage. All right, so Elsa, just going to do a basic. I could have done the silence just to get her up for her stuff, but it wouldn't have mattered too much. So Flynn, we've got the Smolder. Of course, he had to have the skill to Smolder. If target opponent has helpful effects, deal 2 helpful effects, excluding taunt. So we'll see. We'll see if this works. I'm not sure if it's going to. And again, if Rapunzel was here, she would have also got the copy. Yeah, so not stealing it, but worth a try. Worth a try. All right, so still got that going on. So just doing our basics, just eating our carrots. All right, so we're gonna check this out. We want to see all the animations, so we'll hit this one up. Just a little bit of a point. Not much going on there. All right, and that'll finally take down Maui. All right, up to E. So we're at 4 and 4 right now. 4 stars, gear tier 4. No, I'm really, and I'm really interested in to see how this team's going to fare outside of just having to have them in these events. Again, I want to really see them and what they do with Rapunzel, which in this particular instance, we're not going to be able to see that because of the wilds requirements. Really curious to see what they're going to do with Mother Gothel, since she's come to the game but really isn't doing anything. Still can't check out her skills and stuff. So again, talk is potentially it could be something to do with raid. We could get her. I know there's some talk right now that Club Conquest needs a little bit of a rework with maybe some mutators, potentially losing the Princess Mutator Tower now that we actually have a Princess team. I hope that's not the case, but we'll see what happens there. And so she could come in as a reward. And there's a lot of people with 7-star Davy Jones now, so maybe getting that switched over could be beneficial. We'll just have to see. All right, so Flynn, we saw them smolder last time, so let's just check out his basic. Ooh, I like that kick. Big kick to the face. Karate kick. Just kind of blocked out a little bit from Sven's assist, but thought it looked pretty neat. All right. Starting to get to the point that Elsa can't one-shot them. All right, so let's do our basics. And we'll go ahead and take him out. Elsa had the next turn anyway, so wouldn't have mattered. All right, gonna head up to the next tower. We'll check out those requirements. More Rapunzel tokens. Ah, getting close to the 5-star. All right, so we'll look at some of these requirements before we jump in to see how far we can get. So we've got the 3 wilds, 5-star gear tier 5, so we can still do that. 5-star gear tier 5, we can still do that as well. All right, so this is where we get to the 6 stars. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get any further than this. We're not going to be able to do 3 or more, but we'll check some of this out. So at this point, we're going to be at the 6-star gear tier 5 that's needed. And we'll make another video as we actually get to the 6 stars and 7 stars to kind of run up this whole tower. Again, 6 stars, we're here. So let's skip around a little bit. We've still got the 6 stars, gear tier 6. All right, so at 7, we're going to start with a 7-star, gear tier 6. Still needing those 3 wilds plus Flynn and Maximus. I'm sure that's not changing up through the tower. 7 stars, gear tier 6. And then this is where we're going to need that gear tier 7, 7 stars, 3 and them. So nine's going to be the point where we want to try to get to next time. Hopefully we can get up to 7 stars with all the farming. We're going to focus all our farming on these two characters between now and the next couple times the tower comes through. We're seeing it's a princess team in number 9. So a lot of people have definitely said Merida's really good on the princess side. You've got Mulan with the assists that are coming through. Jasmine's always good with a Raja taunt that she can throw out. Rapunzel's going to give those bonuses with offense and speed. So I think this team's going to be interesting. I'm definitely looking at running Belle and Beast within my princess team. So down 1 princess using Rapunzel, Merida, and Mulan is kind of one of the first testing spots I want to get to just to see how it looks there. So we've got at least the first 2 that we can attempt to take on. Again, should be able to kind of make it through these 2. And then we're going to just continue to farm these guys to try to get them up to 7 stars. All right, so this is the point where, again, we're not going to be one-shotting. So now we're just going to see how far we can go. If you know about Lotso, you know to kind of leave him alone for a little bit. Because if you're attacking him, Toy Story villains are going to get some bonuses there. We've got Lotso and Chunk coming up, so we're going to go after Chunk a little bit. All right. So this is what we were talking about. Flynn's already taken some damage at this point. So we're going to throw that over there. He's got a taunt, which is also not particularly great for us. And then let's check out this. So Criminal Pursuit, we're going to gain taunt. And then Flynn's going to gain haste, which would be nice. Also going to put Vulnerable over on Chunk. And Slow. We got the sniffing out like he does in the movie when he's trying to track down Flynn. All right, so again, we've got Smolder. Smolder's not going to be really doing much at this point. So we're just going to do our basic. Go after Big Baby, who's coming up next, as we can see. We're going to do our basic. Continue to charge up Merida, and as you can see, she hits multiple enemies, which is always a good thing. So we do need to be aware of Flynn's health. Again, we're probably not going to be able to go any further during this tower event. We're going to try with our currency and things like that, but I just got them to 5 stars, so it's going to take a little bit to get those 85 tokens each to actually get them to 6. So. All right. So we're going to take in that exact same team. See what we can do here. All right, so we have Zerg. We do need to be aware of him. So I'm going to go ahead and throw my silence down first because we know that Show Yourself is not going to take everybody out. So might as well turn off Zerg's big damage dealers. All right. So we've got Taunt probably coming up over here. We've got Stealth back here. So wanted to go ahead and take out Zerg. And so this, again, is where we really need to be careful with Flynn. Don't want to lose Flynn just in case we are able to make it any further later. So we're going to go ahead and do the Show Yourself now. We've got a couple ups here to try to help. And we'll do the basic, or the other one here, just to get as much damage in as we can. All right. All right. So Flynn's still there. A little low, but he's still there, which is great. And that's as far as we're going to get this time. So again, tower just dropped today. Really, really excited about the tower. The only thing I could say is, you know, the actual battle map, I wish there was a little more detail in that. But definitely loving this tower here in the background as you climb up. Really liking the character so far. Not sure where Flynn and Maximus are going to really wind up in the meta or anything like that. Maybe in a Club Conquest tower, but like I mentioned, I think your Rapunzel is going to go with more of a princess team. And then once she's in a princess team, you're going to put those in the princess mutator tower. So yeah, so it's going to feel bad to have to star them up, gear them up to take down the tower. But I think at some point they are going to find a place to be in there. So we're going to go ahead use all of our energy, and maybe we'll get a handful of coins. So we got 4 and 1. Not too good on the drop rates, but you can see 15 and 7. Little ways to go. So hopefully next time the tower comes around, we can get them up to at least 6 stars, hopefully up to 7 stars. If we can get them up to 7 stars, we'll definitely tackle this tower again and try to get all the way up. Then we'll be able to see their kits a little bit better. Right now, as you can see, they're a little fragile, even at T7. So yeah, so we'll definitely check it out and see. Appreciate you guys watching the video. If you like this content, if there's other things you want to see, let me know down in the comments. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'll be trying to put out more videos on a more frequent basis. And again, just let me know what you guys want to see, and we'll make it happen.